Very good afternoon, students. So, we focused regarding xenobiotics and endogenous systems in the last class. Now, let us see what is the cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme system. We have seen the features, characteristic features of this cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme, and what is the mechanism, how the enzyme is involved in the detoxification process, detoxification of the, or it is involved in drug metabolism, right? Drug metabolism or other metabolites, other toxic substances, how it is going to convert toxic into non-toxic. Let us see in this slide. So this cytochrome P450 is a super family of monooxygenase. It is an heme containing enzyme, or it is also called as hemoproteins. It is officially abbreviated as CYP. It is a large and diverse group of enzyme which catalyzes the oxidation of organic substances. So these cytochrome P450, which is going to absorb light at a wavelength of 450 nanometer. So you can see in this slide the absorbance and the wavelength, where you can see make out at 450 nanometer. Just you can make out the peak, right? Absorption peak or the maxima. So the substrates of this particular CYP enzyme includes lipids and steroidal hormones, xenobiotics such as drugs and toxic chemicals. So these are the main substrates which are required for this enzyme to carry out the mechanism. So these CYPs are the major enzymes involved in the drug metabolism and bioactivation process. We have already seen in the last xenobiotic substances while explaining the phase 1 and phase 2 reactions. So this bioactivations, how it is going to convert into metabolite, how it is going to be bioactive activity, bio actively converted metabolite, which is accounting for about 75% of the total number of different metabolic reactions. So you can see here, it is what is the site? Where is the site of the cytochrome P450? So it is present throughout the body, which acts primarily in the endoplasmic reticulum of the hepatocytes and the cell of the intestine. So the conditions which causes viral hepatitis or cirrhosis will affect the efficiency of this drug metabolism by the cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzymes, mainly during the conditions such as viral hepatitis or the cirrhosis, which will affect the efficiency of this particular CYP enzymes in order to carry out this drug metabolism process. So you can see in case of humans, this P450 in humans, these are primarily membrane associated proteins which are located either in the inner membrane of the mitochondria or in the endoplasmic reticulum of the cells. So these are going to be located either in the endoplasmic reticulum or the inner membrane of the mitochondria of the cells. So some of the CYPs which are going to metabolize only one or a very few substrates such as CYP19, that is aromatase, while others may metabolize multiple substrates. So these are having the capacity to metabolize even many substrate molecules also, or even they are going to metabolize only one substrate, some CYPs, and very few substrates also they can undergo metabolism. So these humans have 57 genes and more than 59 pseudogenes, which are going to be divided among 18 families of cytochrome P450 genes and 44 subfamilies. You can see here in this slide humans which are having this 18 families of the cytochrome P450 genes and 44 subfamilies. So you can make out these particular subfamilies and the families of the cytochrome P450 in this particular slide, that is cytochrome where you can see here cytochrome P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, right? P7A, 7B, 8A, 8B, right? Like that, 10. So you can make out up to the cytochrome P51, right? In case of cholesterol biosynthesis. So one subfamily and one gene and three pseudogenes which are involved. So how many pseudogenes, how many subfamilies, how many families? So you can make out in this particular this cytochrome. For example, cytochrome P7B, which is involved in brain specific form of this 7 alpha hydroxylase enzyme, which involves this hydroxylation reaction there. And even this, you can see this particular thromboxane, that is A2. So cytochrome P5 is involved. Cytochrome P4, that is arachidonic acid C20 amino carbon compound, which is involved in this particular synthesis or metabolism of this arachidonic acid. You can see in cholesterol biosynthesis, cytochrome P451 is involved, and cytochrome P46 is involved in cholesterol, that is in 24 hydroxylase. So that among those enzymatic reactions, 25 enzymatic reactions of cholesterol, so this is one of the enzyme which is involved in that reactions, right? So you can understand by going through this slide how many families, how many subfamilies, and which are the genes which are involved in the metabolism of this particular metabolite or the drug. So this cytochrome P enzymes, P450 enzymes, which accounts for 75% of the drug metabolism, as I told you. Most drug undergo deactivation by cytochrome either directly or by facilitated excretion from the body. Either directly it can involve deactivation process, or it can be facilitated mainly by the excretion from the body. And also many substances which are going to be bioactivated by this cytochrome P450 to form their active compound. So see, so this particular mechanism can involve the three kinds of bioactivation process, that is converting active to active form, converting active to inactive, converting inactive to active form, and converting inactive to inactive. Four kinds of bioactivation process can be done. So this will result in the formation of active compound, either in or inactive compound, or active compound only. So you can see how this is going to be involved in this particular process. So this many drugs may increase or decrease the activity of various cytochrome P450 isozymes. So this mainly involve inducing the biosynthesis of an isozyme, that is enzyme induction. We are going to call it as enzyme induction process, when it is going to induce the enzymes which are isozymes which are responsible for the biosynthesis of that particular isozyme. And it is also involved in directly inhibiting the activity of the cytochrome P450, that is called as enzyme inhibition. This is a major source of adverse drug interactions. So you can make out, if one drug it is going to inhibit the cytochrome P450 mediated metabolism of another drug, the second drug which is going to accumulate within that particular body to a toxic level. You can make out this particular accumulation of the second drug to a toxic level accumulation can be seen. So hence these drug interactions which is going to necessitate dosage adjustments or choosing drugs. See, that's what. See, here also dosage plays a very important role. So you have to fix the dose, proper dose, in order to see the drug interactions with the particular adjustment of these drugs which is required, which is necessarily involved in the interaction process with the cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme system mechanism. So these drug interactions are especially important when using drugs of vital importance to the patient. Drugs with important side effects and drugs with a small therapeutic windows can also be observed. See, so you have to fix the dosage. Why? Because so whatever the dosage which we are injecting to the particular organism or the human being, so it really affects it is involved in the side effects also. So we have to make out particular side effects and what kind of therapeutics of that particular drug which is involved. First it should be noted, then we have to go for this drug interactions when injecting or when we are operating this particular drug on the human being. So consequences of this induction process. So it increases the rate of metabolism process, and it decreases in drug plasma concentration, and we can also see enhanced oral first pass metabolism, reduced bioavailability. So we can see the oral first pass metabolism which will involve in the reducing the bioavailability. And we can also see if metabolite is active or reactive, increased drug effects or toxicity we can make out because of this induction process, right? So these are the consequences which we can come across for the because of the induction of this particular metabolite of the drug. So what are the therapeutic implications of this induction? So most of the drugs which can inhibit decreased efficacy due to the rapid metabolism, but drugs with active metabolites can display increased drug effect and or toxicity due to the enzyme induction. So we can make out some of the drugs which will involve in the decreasing, which will help, which will be involved in decreasing the efficacy of the particular drug because of the rapid metabolism. With active metabolites, we can also see that increased drug effect can be observed because of toxicity due to the enzyme induction. Because of the increased rate of the metabolism process, we can make out this also with respect to some active metabolites. And dosing rates may need to be increased to maintain effective plasma concentration, of course. So we have to increase the dosage here in order to maintain the effective plasma concentration in order to undergo the induction process. So these are the therapeutic implications of the induction. Coming for the consequences of inductions, what we can observe, sorry, consequences of inhibition process. So here also we can see increase in the plasma concentration of the parent drug and reduction in the metabolite concentrations, and exaggerated and prolonged pharmacological effects can be observed, and increased likelihood of drug induced toxicity which we can observe. See, you can also observe increased drug induced toxicity, and exaggerated and prolonged pharmacological effects can be observed, and reduction in the metabolite concentration and increase in the plasma concentration of the parent drug can be observed. So these are the four consequences of the inhibition which we can make out when we are going to see the drug-drug interaction process or the mechanism with a cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme system. So coming for the therapeutic implications of this inhibition. So this, what is going to happen? So what are the therapeutic implications here? It may occur rapidly with no warning. So particularly it affects drug prescribing for the patients on multi-drug regimes. See, if the patient is using the multi drugs, so definitely the drug effect prescribe when we are prescribing this drug for the patients, we have to see all those things, whether they are going for the multiple drugs or they are using only this drug. So knowledge of the cytochrome P450 metabolic pathway provides basis for predicting and understanding inhibition. So if you know about this particular cytochrome P450 involving enzyme mechanism or the pathway, metabolic pathway, which is the mainly acting as a basis for this predicting and understanding this inhibition process. So these are all the things which we can come across. So what will be the genetic variation and its implication for this particular cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme involving this response of the drug between the individuals. So we can see wide variability in the response to the drugs between the individuals, and consequences of such variations may be therapeutic failure or an adverse drug reaction. See, if the person is having taking too much drugs, and along with that we are including that particular drug which is required for his body, so definitely some interactions with which is going to happen between the drug and drug, which is causing adverse effect on that particular individual. And even genetic diversity is the rule rather than the exception with all the proteins including drug metabolizing enzymes. So of course it it plays a very important role in that genetic diversity. This is the rule which we can see with all of the proteins including this enzymes which is involved in drug metabolizing the particular mechanism. So you can see here cytochrome P296 is extensively studied. Here the gene of this cytochrome P296 is highly polymorphic. Its expression which leads to the three phenotypes, and extensive metabolism of this particular functional enzymic activity, and intermediate metabolizers which will be have diminished enzyme activity, whereas the poor metabolizers which will have show the little or no activity. So approximately 5 to 10% of the Caucasians and 1 to 2% of the Asians exhibit the PM phenotype. This particular polymorphic phenotype which we can observe almost of this much of percentage in case of Asians, which will show this drug metabolism implications with the genetic variations which we can come across. In the next class we will discuss further details respect to the cytochrome P450 monooxygenase enzyme system. Still I have not completed this. Thank you.